Was the American Revolution really a heroic fight for freedom? Or was it just a counterfeit rebellion driven by the ambitions of the wealthy elite? Let's dig into the story behind the story and see if the revolution was as pure as we've been taught. The American Revolution, 1776, redcoats, muskets, and the birth of a new nation. It's often painted as a pivotal moment in history, where brave colonists fought for liberty against British oppression. But what if there's more to the story? What if this fight for freedom wasn't just about no taxation without representation, but had a bit more financial motivation behind it? We've been taught that the revolution was a grassroots movement for liberty, where everyday colonists stood up against the British Empire. But here's a twist. Many of the key figures leading the charge were wealthy merchants, plantation owners, and lawyers. These elites had a lot to lose if British taxes and trade restrictions continued. So, was this really a people's movement? Or did the rich just decide it was time to change the rules? Take figures like John Hancock. You know, the guy with the massive signature. He wasn't just a patriot. He was a merchant whose fortune relied on smuggling goods to avoid British taxes. Or George Washington, a landowner who stood to benefit from British westward expansion being halted. Sure, they talked about liberty, but they also had a vested interest in loosening Britain's grip on trade. And let's not forget the Boston Tea Party, often romanticized as a spontaneous act of rebellion. But those angry colonists dumping tea into the harbour. They were pretty upset that Britain was undercutting their profits by selling cheap, tax-free tea. Here's where things get spicy. The Boston Tea Party wasn't just about opposing taxation. It was also about protecting the profits of local merchants. And when the fighting broke out, many everyday colonists saw it as their chance to improve their lives. But they often found themselves taking orders from the same wealthy elites they were supposed to be rebelling against. It's a story of rebellion, sure. But whose rebellion was it really? The American Revolution wasn't just a black-and-white tale of liberty versus tyranny. It's a complex story where the lines between freedom and financial interests blur. So, was it truly a fight for freedom, or just a counterfeit rebellion with a clever PR campaign? Maybe it's a little bit of both. What do you think? Was the American Revolution really for the people, or was there more to it? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and check out our next video where we explore the hidden sides of the Revolutionary War.